The Niners just completed day 1 of mandatory minicamp, and many eyes were on the quarterback battle between Trey Lance and Sam Darnold. In this video, I hope to break down who won the quarterback competition today. Was it Trey Lance or Sam Darnold? But first, we need to talk about who took the first team reps. And today, it was Sam Darnold. But I wanted to say something. I wouldn't look too much into this because Kyle Shanahan has said multiple times that he's going to rotate these quarterbacks. So tomorrow, when the media is there at practice, I would suggest that Trey Lance would be the one taking first team reps. And also, it's not that big of a deal because the way minicamp and OTAs are structured, a lot of the same players will be on first and second team. So it's not really that big of a deal which quarterback's taking first versus second team reps. It really equates to the same type of competition a lot of times. So with all that being said, how did Sam Darnold and Trey Lance perform? Let's start out with Sam Darnold since he was the starting quarterback today. Sam Darnold does have a beautiful ball, but it often doesn't matter if you're not making the best decision makings. He did have an impressive 3-touchdown practice today, but he also demonstrated some questionable decision making and nearly threw an interception directly to Lenore. The positives were, at first in practice, he was extremely decisive and looked to be dissecting the defense early on. Then he lost confidence and started making bad decision making. That's something that Sam Darnold's done throughout his career. Moving on to Lance, he continues to look like a completely different quarterback thanks to his work with Jeff Christensen and Patrick Mahomes this offseason. His throwing motion is much more compacted, and he's not really looking like he's hurting himself anymore. Jeff Christensen also said that Trey Lance no longer suffers from arm fatigue even after throwing like 150 balls per day. That's insane because Trey Lance used to always suffer from arm fatigue. Moving on to today's practice, where did Trey Lance shine? Early on, he did struggle to make decisions, but later on in the practice, he got his confidence back and was bombing it down the field at times, even making a 25-yard gain on the play. He also hit Brandon Ayuk nicely across the middle on the slant play on 3rd and 3. Overall, I would say Trey Lance killed it today. He had 4 touchdowns, and while at times his accuracy was questionable, he performed much better than Sam Darnold, and his decision making was much better than Darnold's. As of right now, I would say Trey Lance is the clear winner of this quarterback competition between Darnold and Lance. He is a better quarterback in my opinion at this time in his career. He's more athletic, his deep ball is great, and he's finally cleaning up those underneath throws that Kyle Shanahan wanted him to clean up, largely thanks to his work with Jeff Christensen. Speaking about Jeff Christensen, after this mini camp, Trey Lance does plan to go work with Jeff Christensen more, and we saw a huge jump from Trey Lance's throwing mechanics from last year to this season thanks to his work with Christensen so far this offseason. I'm intrigued to see if Lance continues to make progress in his throwing motion because it looks like everything Christensen's taught is sticking. His spiral is so much tighter, his throwing motion is compacted, he's also not landing on such a straight leg when he's throwing, and all this results in his throws being more accurate more often. It's never been about Trey Lance's decision making in my opinion, it's just been about his mechanics, much like Josh Allen. And if Trey Lance is finally able to reach his potential, he could easily be a top 3 quarterback. And the way that Trey Lance has attacked this offseason, OTAs and minicamp up to this point has told me that Trey Lance has an extreme fire lit inside his heart, and he's looking to not just be a quarterback that comes into this league and fades out, but be a true game changer. And whether that be with the Niners or a different team, I do think Trey Lance is going to have a great career in the NFL. But those are just my thoughts on how Trey Lance has performed in minicamp today. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. It would also mean a ton to me if you liked and subscribed. Thank you guys so much for watching.